Welcome everybody to the full-out detailed guide of Recipe for Disaster, Defeating the Culinaromancer 2012 by Czichrshelp. As we move on to the requirements, you are going to need 176 quest points, must have completed Horror from the Deep and Desert Treasure to enter the portal, as well as all the other 9 parts of the quest completed. If you want to complete this part of the quest very smoothly and easily, I suggest having the following levels: 70 attack, strength and defense, 59 magic, and 60 range. Just some more information before you head on in. What's to expect inside once you enter the portal. This is a no prayer zone, neither is it a summoning zone. If you die inside, the gravestone will appear right next to the portal, so it's good to set up your respawn point in Lumbridge. Cannons can't be set up here. Also beware that the next boss spawns right after you kill the first one, so once you've killed off one, the next one spawns right after, so just keep that in mind. First boss is the agrith-na-na. Now the agrith-na-na is a combat level 182. He uses magic and melee and will teleport close to you. He's weak against range, so I suggest wearing black Deahide as the best defense bonus against both of his attacks. Once you are all set, jump on in on the portal and you will be in the fighting zone. Once you're ready, click on the chat and agrith-na-na will appear. Here I suggest using all your DDS specs right away, so it will weaken as much as possible. Inside the fight pits, there is 4 different portals on each side of the square that you can exit at any time. I suggest bringing a super set if you want to kill it even faster. As for food, bring a good healing food such as monkfish, swordfish, or sharks. And yeah, once you've killed it, you will be moving on to the second boss for Recipe for Disaster. Now the second boss you have to face is Flambede. For Flambede, he is a combat level 199. Make sure you are wearing your ice gloves or you will not hit at all. He uses melee, he is weak against water and ice spells. I suggest using a Staff of Light and Ancient Magics, as you can freeze him and he's weak against that. Once you are all set on your Ancient Magics, head on in on the portal. Once he spawns, make sure you have auto cast already on your ice spell. It could freeze him like I did there. You can hide behind the portal. Then make sure you use your special attack on your Staff of Light. With the special attack, you can now prevent some of Flambede's melee attacks, which minimize the amount of damage he does on you. So that is very useful in this case. From then, you can just tank out his attacks and auto cast until he's dead. And same food as last time. Once he dies, he drops 5 cakes, and then you can just leave the portal and get prepped for the next boss. Now we're moving on to the third boss, Caramel. For Caramel, she is level 200. I have to make this clear. Stand right next to her. She uses Mage and Melee. She's weak against fire spells. I suggest using a Staff of Light and your highest fire spell. Now the main thing you want to make sure you bring to the fight is some stat restores, because Caramel tends to drain your stats very quickly so that you can't hit your highest. Now you want to make sure, like I said, to stand next to her, or else she will constantly hit you with 70s with her Ice Barrage, and you'll have a harder time to actually hit her. Now, just to prove this, I have 2 examples coming up right now. On the left is me standing next to her, and on the right is me far casting her. And as you can see, I'm spam clicking on the right, making sure I try to hit her, but I'm getting hit constant 70s, and my HP is falling very quickly. But in the end, what we saw on the left with me standing next to her, I only really used 1 piece of food and 1 stat restore, all in 1 run. So as you can see, make sure you stand next to her and it will be simple. You are now on the 4th boss, Disater. For Disater. His combat level is 121. He uses melee. He attacks pretty rapidly. He's weak against air spells. I strongly suggest using Ibon Blast because you can kill him off in a matter of seconds. Once you're ready to fight Disater, walk in on the portal, and basically the main strategy to fighting him is to basically auto-cast and tank out all his high hits. That's the main strategy, and shortly he'll be dead. The next boss is the Agrith-na-na. For the Agrith-na-na, her combat level is 130. She uses Ranger Mage. If you're hitting her from a distance, she can hit up to 200 times 2. I suggest following the chart that I'm about to show you and use your strongest mage spell possible. If she's the color white, you want to use air spells against her. If she is blue, you want to use water spells against her. If she is brown, you want to use earth spells against her. If she becomes red, you want to use fire spells against her. If she becomes green, you want to use range against her. And if she changes orange, you want to use melee against her. She changes color during the fight. Once you have all your items ready, head on in the portal. What to wear is basically one piece of clothing from each part of the combat triangle. So for melee, I wore a Helm of Nizina. For mage, I wore a Mystic Robe top. And for range, I wore a black Deatailed chaps. So how this is going to work is you're going to see her change colors a lot during the fight. Now, how to easily do this without panicking so much is to, once you see her change color, you're going to want to eat and then switch to whichever attack style it needs to be. So that when you eat, you can actually tank one of the hits that one of the attacks she's about to do. So that's, for example, she turned brown, so you want to run out, eat, switch to earth, and then start attacking. Now the main thing is you do not want to have auto retaliate on, because if you run out and you're trying to switch your attack style, you might run in and just attack them with melee like I just did there. So after doing this constantly by switching through each attack style, she will end up dying, and you will move on to the final boss. And last but not least is the Culinaromancer. For the Culinaromancer, his combat level is 75. He uses magic. Just watch out for the high hits he might hit. I suggest wearing Deahide with melee, and you should be safe. This is much simpler than all the other bosses. For me, I just continued after I killed the last boss to kill him. So basically it's a pretty loafed boss fight. One of the easier ones. Just watch out, make sure you don't get hit by two of his stronger hits, because he hits me soon with like a 241. And then basically at the end, when you get the final blow, he will basically get enlarged with still not so up graphics, and he will explode with candy flying everywhere. After his death, you will be awarded one quest point, a 20k XP lamp, which you can use on any skill above the level of 50, full access to the Culinaromancer's chest and those barrels gloves, and 2 extra spins on the Squeal of Fortune. Enjoy, guys. Well, guys, this concludes my guide for this part of the quest. Hope this guide had helped you finally get those barrels gloves. Likes are very appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe for more, and feel free to drop a comment down in the comment section below. Also check out my other videos on my channel at Czichrshelp. See ya.